authorities, delegates and guests. I'm particularly glad to speak on behalf of the Italian government at the closing of this conference for the reconstruction of Ukraine. It has been an event that brought together representatives from 17 countries and 45 international organizations, hundreds of civil society and local government representatives, and above all, from the business sector was present numbered in the thousands. More than 200 agreements were signed, 40 signed just by Italy. Such a large and qualified participation underlines the extraordinary interest that Ukraine and its recovery process generate on the political, economic and social level. Referring to words of President Meloni yesterday, from the very first day of the brutal, illegal and unjustified Russian armed aggression, Italy has stood by Ukraine and will continue to do so. This is a rewarding result that has confirmed existing collaboration and paved the way for many others that we hope can develop successfully in the months to come. New financial commitments amounting to the 10 billion euros are a tangible sign of the support that the international community wants to reaffirm towards Ukraine. We show that strong and principled political commitment can go hand in hand with the pragmatism. Reconciling politics and policy, it's not easy, but we did it. We are doing it in the face of the adversity. We show that investing in security also means leaving no one behind. That security means also investing in pediatric hospitals, in irrigation, in railways and electricity, in housing school system and satellite technology, in the rehabilitation of war veterans and the restoration of cultural heritage. Among others, Italy has implemented much of the commitment announced last year in Berlin, launching as well new tools that involve our main institutions for cooperation, concessional finance, support for exports and investments. In particular, I wish to highlight bilateral memorandum of understanding on facilitated finance and the launch of the new European flagship fund for the reconstruction of Ukraine, promoted by the European Commission, which we have joined with France, Germany and Poland. All of this hoping that we will soon reach an end of hostilities and start a process of peace, no matter how complex and difficult. Italy's commitment will continue alongside the international partners with whom collaboration has been further strengthened in these 2 days. I would also like to say that the URC does not stop in Rome, of course. We have thousands of follow-ups to be done, but more importantly, there is a strong candidacy for hosting the URC next year from a country which is close to my heart and that I also visited recently. Thank you all and see you next year, of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here, for being with us for the last 3 days. So 2 days of the conference, but I know many of you have been working here extensively during the previous day. Let me sincerely thank our Italian hosts for organizing this year's conference and all our friends and partners for their active participation. And I'd like to give a huge thanks to the team of Davide Cecilia, who helped to execute the conference despite everything, and there was a lot of everything. And I also would like to thank the teams of the Ministry of Economy of Ukraine, led by Maria Zakharenko, and team of MFA, led by Kira Spiridonova, for their great work in helping us to be here. Thank you. Thank you. And we're looking forward for final figures that will reflect the full scale of just joint effort. But we already can say that this is the largest and the most productive URC event held. This is fact. So we already seen more than 200 agreements between state and private entities, and total value exceeds 10 billion euros. But we're still calculating. So among some of the key highlights is the strong continued support from the European Union. And the EU has announced a new 2.3 billion package of agreements under the Ukraine investment framework. Last year's conference, we've seen 1.4 billion of package. So this is a quite an increase. The second is that we'd like to highlight is this European flagship fund for the reconstruction of Ukraine by European Commission, and Italy and Poland and France and Germany with other IFIs, European Investment Bank together, and 1 billion for microfinancial assistance package for Ukraine. That shows continued European commitment and shows our progress as a future European member. We also had a number of very important announcements and agreement reached with our host country, Italy, as was just presented, as well as with the other partners like EBRD, AB, Council of Europe Development Bank, World Bank, Switzerland, Norway, France, UK, Belgium, Germany, Lithuania, Poland, Slovakia, and many others. So we can continue just showing how productive this conference was. And the feedback that I got from many of you, I tried to talk with people around this conference and get the feedback, is what differentiates this conference is the bus. Many people cited the bus. Maybe it's the bus of Italian summer, but maybe it's the bus of the business fair below. Maybe it's the bus of Recovery Forum. Maybe it's the bus of the regions of Ukraine. It's definitely the bus of the Ukrainian defense sector. This is the first time ever was presented here, and defense sector that protects Ukraine right now and protects Europe right now from the Russian aggression. Thank you.